This video is just barely in my wheelhouse. Here I'm going to show you 3 exercises you can do to relieve sciatica that is caused by muscle tension. These exercises aren't here to fix a structural, vertebral, or nerve root problem, but if you suspect that your sciatica is attributed to muscle tension and tightness in specific areas that are compressing on the sciatic nerve, there's a handful of stretches you can do right at home that I'll show you in this video to biomechanically relieve pressure and then in turn reduce pain and inflammation on the sciatic nerve to potentially reduce or completely eliminate your sciatica symptoms. And all these exercises can be done anywhere, just at home with a chair. And the first exercise we're gonna do targets the piriformis muscle, which is a deep outer glute that runs right over the sciatic nerve, and when it gets tight and compressed, it pinches the sciatic nerve right where it exits the sacrum. And when that happens, you can get the numbness and tingling and all of the symptoms of sciatica running all the way down the leg, even though the cause is right at the outer glute where the piriformis and glute minimus and other outer glute muscles can compress the nerve. So this stretch here is going to counteract this piriformis and outer glute tension problem by stretching the area. And so say we have sciatic symptoms down our right leg, we're going to cross our right leg over our left like this. And when you do this, your symptoms might actually re-trigger or get worse, because what we're doing here is we're tightening the muscle. We're tightening the piriformis and the glute minimus by doing this, and this actually might put more pressure on the sciatic nerve, but as long as it's tolerable, just push through it, because once we're done with the stretch, we'll be able to slacken and have less pressure on the sciatic nerve. And to do the stretch, we want to cross one leg over the other, keep the lower back and mid-back spine straight and neutral, and then we want to just lean slowly into the stretch. And if you're really stiff and inflexible, you might be all the way back here, just barely flossing, and that's okay. But as you progress, you want to try to get as far as possible without rounding the lower back, because when I round like this, I'm not actually getting anything more out of the stretch. Right here is where we want to be. And kind of another progression to that feels kind of nice is pulling the knee in like this and targeting the outer glutes at kind of a different angle. What I like doing here is kind of pulling the knee in and out in a floss-like motion. And that's really, those pulses help me just get more length out of stretches, especially the piriformis that we're attacking here. Try holding this for 45 to 60 seconds, and like I mentioned, your symptoms might actually get a little bit worse while you're doing it, but when you retract, sit back down and go to walk around, your muscles should be longer throughout the day and then place less pressure on the sciatic nerve. The second stretch here, and I bet you haven't seen this one before, is gonna stretch the adductors. And the reason why I wanna open up the adductors is when we have a whole tight, angry glute system, when our glute muscles are in spasm, the antagonist muscles to glute tension are actually the adductors. So even though the glutes are the muscles that are actually compressing the sciatic nerve, the adductors oftentimes prevent them from getting any looser. So if we can open up the groin here, we can actually build a lot more tension in the glute muscles, which will directly relieve pressure off the sciatic nerve. And this adductor stretch with a chair that you can try here is spreading your legs apart as far as you can, and then leaning in and out like this. And feel free to lean on the chair as much as you can for support. And depending on how stiff and inflexible you are, this might be an extremely difficult stretch to do. Just work with what you have, and then gradually over time, you can get your feet wider and wider. You can get your rep of stretch lower and lower. Make sure to keep the lower back flat and neutral, and use this chair as your support. The last sciatica exercise I'm gonna show you in a chair is actually using a golf ball here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it right on the piriformis muscle in the deep outer glute and sit on. And what that looks like in real time is trying to find the kind of tender outer glute area. I'll put up a picture of the piriformis, it's kind of hard to describe, but oftentimes you'll know you're on it because it's quite tender and it hurts like hell. So yeah, once you think you've found it, cross one leg over the other and try to lean into the ball while slowing your breath and getting your physiology to calm down so the muscle knows it's safe to relax. And a lot of times, if you've tried stretching like for months or even years and you feel like you can just never make progress, a lot of times you need massage to be able to make your muscles susceptible and open to stretch. Like if they're just too rigid, like if they're just too much in spasm, like a lot of times the only way you can get them to open up is with like physical soft tissue massage. So if you find you've been stretching for years, or maybe you've tried the first 2 stretches before and you just can't get anywhere, like try a massage. And you can always go to like a PT or massage therapist or a chiropractor and have them dig in here with their hands, but you're just at home and you have a golf ball or lacrosse ball laying around, or QL Quad, the best piriformis release tool on the planet, massage can really go a long way. If you don't know my story, massage was the first thing that really got me out of lower back pain, kind of the first step that I found in a lot of people to get them out of pain. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my 3 sciatica exercises that you can do from a chair. All you need is a couple minutes and a golf ball, and you should be good to go. What can really help after sciatica exercises to give your lower back and glutes another level of protection is doing gluteus medius exercises, which is strengthening the outer glutes that were probably weak and tightened up in the first place to give you sciatica symptoms. So check out this video next, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.